Welcome to the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast, your go-to source for insights and inspiration to drive your business forward. I'm your host Maheen, and today we have a truly inspiring guest with us. Roula Badis, the founder of Roula Badis Coaching, a renowned life and business coach based in Montreal. Roula is a firm believer that within each of us lies the power to tap into greatness and achieve happiness and fulfillment in all aspects of life. Her coaching philosophy centers on self-transformation and unwavering commitment, paving the way for individuals to embrace new realities. In this episode, we dive deep into the world of coaching, self-awareness, and entrepreneurship, where Roula will share her incredible journey and the driving force behind establishing Roula Badis Coaching. So if you're an aspiring entrepreneur considering coaching as part of your journey to success, you won't want to miss Roula's insightful advice.
Hi, Rola. On behalf of Canadian SME, I'd like to welcome you to our small business podcast once again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Maheen. It's my pleasure being here with you again, and I'm so happy to be with you this morning from Montreal.
For sure. Now, Rola, I know the last time you joined us, we dive deep into the world of coaching, self-awareness, and entrepreneurship. Today, we really want to discover how coaching can be a guiding light for entrepreneurs navigating the challenging and the demanding path of business ownership. Rola, let's start by hearing some of your journey. Can you start by sharing your journey and how you came to establish Rola Badis Coaching? What inspired you to focus on coaching?
Well, thank you for asking that. It's a very deep um, question. It's emotional for me because actually I was like all my practical life, I was in business development and business world, and on the side, I was always searching for the power of the human mind to create new reality, to transform, to achieve the person's heart desire and everything. And I believe that we have a hidden power, and there is a hidden power in every single person's in life. And based on all those research, readings, kind of certification in some areas, at some point of time, I discovered that this is my purpose in life. This is what I should be doing. And believe it or not, at some point of time, all the circumstances work together to push me to create Roula Badis Coaching. So I started my company in 2019 with a little bit of hesitation. Then the business took off, and I actually am enjoying my everyday practice in helping individuals finding that power within them to create whatever reality they would like to experience in life.
That's so beautiful, Rola. Now, I know that you have a lot of importance on, you emphasize a lot on self-awareness and self-control, both in personal and professional development, which is known to be a cornerstone of your coaching approach as well. Rola, could you please elaborate on how these qualities impact entrepreneurs specifically?
Actually, entrepreneurs specifically, they should start, and from my perspective and the way I see things, understanding self is the key to change the reality. So self-control could be a very good and powerful tool, but it's not going to be as effective without understanding the self, understanding who we really are, what our traits, why we behave in one specific way in one specific situation. So if we don't understand the self, we don't know what to transform. And if we don't know what we would like to achieve, we wouldn't know transform to what. So I always start with my entrepreneurs programs with a journey of self-discovery, understanding the self. I always start with some psychometric test with them, personality test with them, and then I dig deeper to let them discover who they are and why they have those tendencies. And from that point, we start to create strategies on how to change whatever they need to change, on how to understand their point of strength and capitalize on those points, and how to discover their areas of development and what are the strategies to develop those areas. And from that point, the self-discipline start to take place, because it's very important for every single entrepreneur to have a very high standard or high level of self-discipline, especially entrepreneurs who are coming from um, um, an employment background. And I'm not saying that employment is not good. It's very good. I'm saying it needs a different mindset. So self-control and self-discipline is highly, highly required, especially in entrepreneur mindset, because they will be facing a lot of challenges. They will be involved in a lot of new things. They will be stretched out of their comfort zone, and they really need to be focusing on their business. And this is where we start the self-control, self-discipline exercises and practices where entrepreneurs can flourish in whatever they do in their businesses. So all the programs are designed based on self-discovery, then self-control. Then we move into the more technical part of the business where entrepreneurs need to develop themselves in those areas.
I think it's very important, considering that entrepreneurship is often described as a very challenging and demanding path. Rola, how does coaching help entrepreneurs navigate these challenges and enhance their chances of success?
No, I agree with you. Entrepreneurship is not as easy as some people would think. So some people would say, I would like to create my own business because I don't want to work from 8 to 5. Well, I'm telling you, from now, you could be working 24/7 at some point of time, especially at the beginning of the business. So that's how challenging it is. And I can differentiate between two types of entrepreneurs: who are who have a vision, who would like to start a seed of a business. They have a great idea, they want to make it a business, and this is where they would like some help in finding the starting point. And some entrepreneurs who inherited some business, like small family businesses, where the entrepreneur is inheriting something already established on a small scale, and they would like to grow it, but they inherited everything that they really need to develop and transform. And in those two types, I can say that there are common areas that most of the entrepreneurs suffer from, where it's sometimes related to the clarity, the why behind their businesses, the why behind being an entrepreneur. They need to start, but they don't know how to start, so they need the starting point. Sometimes it's how to manage the stress, and how to manage or how to increase the stress tolerance and discomfort tolerance that is associated with creating a new business. It comes with a package. So the bigger the business, the more the entrepreneur need to have a higher ability to manage that stress, but challenges related to their own mindset, their own thoughts, their own fears, their own flexibility, and challenges related to the technical stuff related to the business. And here coaching comes in very handy for every single entrepreneur to be able to overcome the challenges of the mindset, understanding the self, as we spoke like a few minutes ago, and helping them maintaining high resilience, providing them with techniques to manage their stress, providing them with ideas about how to create strategic planning, how to build their vision, then how to reach to that vision. It's activating within them the how, by letting them understand the why and the what they want to achieve and why they would like to achieve it. So it's like enabling enabling the entrepreneur to listen to their new insights, regardless of any blockages, regardless of any negative thoughts, regardless of any negative perspective that they would have in mind, and allowing them to tap into that inner strength to create that and to grow the business um, in the right direction, in the way they would like it to grow. And also, it's very important to understand that every entrepreneur is unique.
Hmm.
Having or embracing that unicity and apply it into the business would help the entrepreneur to create a service or a product or something that is out of the competition, because our business is unique the way we are unique, because you are going to put your own touch, and that would make your business different, the
Right.
service different, your client would feel that difference, and that would put you out of the competition, and that would drag more business to you. Understanding that unity and that unique touch of every single entrepreneur is something very powerful in growing businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So, coaching comes in very supportive in that area to help entrepreneurs.
No, it's very important for entrepreneurs to really seize the opportunity to leverage the coaching services for both their growth and their success. Now, Rola, you also emphasize the use of valuable knowledge and scientific methodologies through your coaching. Can you share some examples of how this knowledge and methodology are applied to support entrepreneurs?
Definitely, like science and the scientific approach are the major parts of our way of coaching. It's all our approaches are based on neurosciences. It's based on psychology. We also capitalize on psychometric testing. We capitalize on behavioral personality testing, and we engage the entrepreneur in the process of understanding, so they know the relation between the exercises and how this exercise would make them think. And um, incorporating those sciences facilitate the achievement of an aha moment in the mind of the coachee, in the mind of entrepreneur, where they can start to see further, clearer. They can start to come up with new way of thinking, new way of behaving, building new habits in their life that would support the direction in which they are going through, or maybe course correct the direction. It's very inspiring. It's very empowering, liberating at some point of time. Um, and there are many cases where many people changed and grew fast after using those methodologies that we are incorporating in our coaching approach.
Right. Now, Rola, in the rapidly changing business landscape, how do you ensure that your coaching methodologies remain up to date and are relevant for all entrepreneurs?
We never stop learning. That's a fact. Being a coach is something. Okay, you have some knowledge, you transfer that knowledge and use that knowledge in order to enable other human beings. But at the same time, me as a coach and every coach who's working with me, we are always in a continuous learning process, in a continuous learning curve. We always learn new technologies. We are um, updating our approaches based on new sciences, new discovery. We incorporate new techniques in our coaching, and this is also something I encourage uh, people who are working with me to understand. Um, so they can themselves keep themselves updated, keep themselves up to date with the latest technology, with whatever kind of business they are doing. So I am a believer in coaching, and I believe that I also need a coach. So I have a coach the same way I am coaching other people. and that also would put me in a also continuous learning approach, continuous evolvement, for my mind, my way of thinking. I would be trapped in some kind of thoughts, and having myself coached from a senior coach or a more experienced coach is something helping me as well. So we always incorporate we are always in a learning curve, and that's the main catalyst of growth.
Right.
Um, that's how I believe it.
Oh, absolutely. No, you're really paving the way for individuals to embrace new realities. Rola, lastly, what do you envision for the future of coaching in the context of entrepreneurship, and how can entrepreneurs best leverage coaching services for their growth and success?
Actually, I believe that in the coming future, um, that every entrepreneur would have um, a coach or a type of coaching that supports the need of the entrepreneur. Recently, we launched our coaching certificate to certify coaches, and we have designed it in a way that um, organization can create new jobs as internal coaches in their companies. So not only for entrepreneur, not only coaching is very powerful for entrepreneur. It's powerful to grow organization, to keep employees, key personnel in the organization engaged, um, uh, and that's how I see the future of coaching. Coaching is would enable every single piece of knowledge in the mind of the human being, because imagine that you are an entrepreneur, imagine that you are in a very high stress level. You know a lot of knowledge, but you don't know how to implement those knowledge. You don't have the right status of being in order to be able to implement the knowledge in your business, in order to see clearer for your business. This is where coaching can be very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
On a larger scale in organization, uh, like companies are putting a lot of investment in training and development, and that's great. But we have to understand something. If employees, if executives, if entrepreneurs are not in the right status of being, all these knowledge are not going to be implemented on the job. And that's a lot of waste. That's a very, very low return on investment.
Mm-hmm.
Where if they are satisfied, if they are engaged, if you provide them with whatever they need in order to take those knowledge and happily implement those knowledge in the organization, this is where you maximize your return on investment. And that is happening through coaching.
Oh,
So
mm-hmm.
yeah, so that this is how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it more in day to day. I'm seeing it more in the day to day life of entrepreneur, and in the day to day life of the entrepreneur's team. Um, in everyday life of organization in general, because this is how much it is empowering. This is how much it is transformational and enabling.
Right. No, your passion for self-transformation and commitment to excellence are very evident in everything you do, Rola, and it's been an honor to have you as our guest once again. And we look forward to sharing this enlightening conversation with our audience today. And we hope to have the opportunity to collaborate with you, maybe in person, again in the future.
Thank you so much. I would love to do that, of course. And thank you for having me today. And I hope that I gave a good highlight on how coaching is important for entrepreneurs. And thank you for your invitation.
No, thank you. The pleasure was ours, and I look forward to seeing you again, Rola.
Likewise. Thank you.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Canadian SME Small Business Podcast featuring the incredible Roula Badis of the Roula Badis Coaching. We hope you found this conversation as enlightening as we did. Before we go, we'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our exclusive partners who make this podcast possible. A big thank you to our exclusive banking partner, RBC, for their unwavering support in empowering small businesses. We also want to express our appreciation to our exclusive shipping partner, UPS, for their dedication to simplifying logistics for entrepreneurs. And last but not least, we're thankful for our exclusive accounting software partner, Xero, for helping businesses manage their finances with ease. Remember, the future of coaching in the context of entrepreneurship holds endless possibilities, and it's a valuable resource for those looking to achieve their full potential. So seize the opportunity to leverage coaching services for your growth and success. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Stay tuned for more inspiring conversations with experts and entrepreneurs who are shaping the future of small businesses in Canada. Until next time, I'm your host, Maheen, signing off.